About 6 months ago, I came up with a pretty crazy idea of something that I could do with this backyard here. Because I've seen people build incredible golf greens, I've seen a cricket pitch done before, I've seen football goalposts and things like that done before, but something I've never seen before is a backyard fully line marked to look like the MCG. And I thought, you know what? On the eve of the AFL Grand Final this year, I reckon I can pull off something pretty epic. So here is the making of the MCG in my backyard. Yes, g'day and welcome to a new video. This day I have been planning for and waiting for such a long time. So to get a 19 degrees and sunny day, extremely fortunate, very happy about that. And yeah, the amount of planning that has gone into it and effort to get the lawn to look like it does for this occasion, yeah, a lot has gone into it. And so I'm really excited to talk you through the process that I've followed and some of the things that I've had to consider to get this done, because yeah, it's been really cool, and I think by the end of today this yard's going to look pretty epic. So I'm going to get the edges cleaned up and then talk you through a little bit of the process in the lead up to this to get the lawn to this point. Now, when I first had the idea for this project, one of the very first things I did was get a quote for line marking, because it was part of the whole thing that I was like, look, if I can get my lawn looking incredible and I can make the goalposts and I can do all these bits and pieces, if I go out with a little walk behind line marker of some sort and they're all squiggly and don't look any good, and make the finishing touches on the whole thing is not going to be great. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go out and find a line marking company. So the first one I contacted, the quote, probably take what you think it might be and double or triple it. I was really shocked at that first quote, and they said it was probably going to take them pretty much a full day. And in the end, I'm not sure if that business kind of specialized in sports line marking as much, and you know, maybe that's why the quote was a bit higher and the time quota was a bit higher. But I was like, look, I definitely can't do that myself, because it'll take me 3 days and the finish will not be anywhere near as good. And if it's going to cost that much, then I'm going to need to look into getting a sponsor for this project. So I had some discussions with some great brands that I've been affiliated with over my time on social media. And in the end, Ryobi were the major sponsor for this project. And I really appreciate their faith in me, because it's not a conventional sort of thing. It's a bit out of the box for this to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a football field in my backyard. Are you interested in sponsoring the content associated to that and the associated costs? And so yeah, Ryobi, they had the faith in me. I've been a Ryobi user long before I was ever affiliated with them as just a humble general DIYer. Really appreciate Ryobi's support on this project. Thanks heaps to them. And now this lawn is about to look even better in probably about an hour or so's time when I'm finished mowing it. But really the process to getting it to this point where it looks quite nice really started almost 2 years ago when we first moved into this place, October 2022 when we moved in. So there's been major changes even to this kids playground here behind me. But as you can see on the screen over there, it was quite thick, it was quite overgrown. And so I had a lot of work to do early on, chopping that back down to a good starting point, doing a big lawn renovation in January 2023. Geez, only January last year, that feels like a long time ago. And from there, it's quite simply been about following my lawn care program. So I have lawn care programs for different climates on my website. The one for this climate, the high input program, because there's different levels of input, that high input program is my exact lawn care program. There's no hidden things in there that I do to my lawn. And so throughout winter, I've been able to keep this lawn looking really nice, which means that I'm able to have a really good start to spring, because I've been putting in the liquid fertilizer throughout winter. I've been able to help withstand frosts with the pigment that I applied, and just really being able to keep it looking nice and green at this point. Something I do like to do at the start of spring, I did a couple of weeks ago, was just a really light Scarify, just to thin it out a little bit, just to open up the canopy and allow a bit more airflow into there. I probably went a little bit lighter than I normally would just because I had this project coming up today. But yeah, it's just been consistency. It's consistent mowing is the biggest thing in lawn care. And for me, applying really quality products in a structured sort of way, preventing weeds, all that kind of thing. That's how we get to this point. And so yeah, it's Ben Sims from Lawn Tips who supplies me with all of my lawn care products, which I'm very fortunate to have, and they are super high quality products. So yeah, putting the right stuff in really does make a difference. But hey, look, it already looks decent here, but it's time to go grab the mower and make these stripes pop just a little bit more.
Stay up front or stay behind. It's not that easy. It's never easy. With the feeling from inside, it's not that easy. It's never easy. I say goodbye to all my friends. My dear and loved, I'll meet again. Expect me sometime soon. I will goodbye to my old past. The time has come, we're here at last. Will we regret this too? Settle down here in this town. We'll be fine now. In the line just like everybody else around. We feel alive, yeah, we're alright. We are alright.
So here is the weapon of choice to get those stripes done. This is the Mowmaster HC26, which I've had for a bit over a year now. I got it last year in June, and it is the perfect machine for out here on this yard. And so in any sense, to achieve a good lawn, one of the best things, one of the best tips I can give you is to mow your lawn nice and regularly. So for me, I am currently at about 20 millimeters. It's one of those things with lawn care where some people really get hung up on heights of cut. No, I can't believe you're cutting at 25 mil or whatever, crank it down to 12 or whatever. But for me, I like cutting up a little bit taller, 20, 22 mil. It allows me with kids and stuff to be able to miss a mow, and it's not as crucial at times in the growing season, and also it just allows more leaf to be standing up, to be bent over, because yeah, these stripes you can see here, the light stripes is the grass pushed away from you, the dark stripes is the grass rolled over towards you. So when you allow a little bit more leaf, you think about stripes on a putting green compared to 20 mil, yeah, it's very different. But for me, I'm mowing 2 or 3 times a week, regular frequent mowing, not cutting too much off with each mow is a real key to having a nice lawn. If you can only mow once a week, I recommend you cut up a little bit taller, 35, 40 mil, that's gonna be much more achievable. And just coming through and cutting off around about the top third each mow instead of letting it grow really tall, chop it back down, grow tall, chop it back down. So anyway, it's hard to be anything but absolutely stoked to have my lawn looking like this on a day that I've been planning for a long time. And now before we get some line marking done, good news if you're a slightly more long-term viewer of the channel, because I had my grand final on the weekend and we bloody won. We bloody won. In the first quarter, we absolutely couldn't get near the ball. The quarter time score was 3 goals for, 22 to 0. Couldn't get near it. I personally couldn't get near it. On a personal note, in that third quarter, I was able to kick a goal when we were down by, I think it was 16 points to put us to 10 points. But yeah, second quarter, we kicked into gear in the second half of that second quarter, played a really good third quarter, and then ran over the top of them in the last quarter. I may as well put up my moment of the game that was almost amazing to put us up by 3 goals with about 5 minutes or something to go. This just clipped the inside of the post, but that would have been a really cool moment if that had gone in. But anyway, as a personal effort, I did not play a very good game at all. But as a team, we played incredibly well to run over the top and in the end win by 6 points. So yeah, that was really, really nice. And so now it's time for line marking. I've got the boys from Grass Up coming down. Thanks to Luke from Mowmaster for helping me get on to Adam and the Grass Up boys. I'll talk a little bit more about what they do and how this got done once they're finished. But yeah, time to get some line marking done. This is gonna be pretty bloody cool, I reckon. oh geez, like when I had this idea, I knew it was gonna be pretty amazing, but this is just like, this is amazing. So all we've got here, pretty much, yeah, full spec, painted to the MCG scale lines of an AFL field. I've got my sponsor board over in the background there. So again, a massive thank you to Ryobi for helping this project to come together. We're even complete with the 50-meter logos there. Just, yeah, an unbelievably cool project to be able to do in my backyard. So to Dallas from Grass Up, he is an absolute pro. Really appreciated his consultation as we were doing this, and sort of some things couldn't be to scale because it would have looked ridiculous, like these goals being that far apart would have looked ridiculous. So things are the way they're spaced out they are, the goal squares and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, in terms of length and width, we're exactly, I think 7 or 7.5 times smaller than the MCG. And to that company, Grass Up, in the end, I mentioned my line marking troubles at the beginning of the video or earlier in the video. And in the end, got onto Grass Up and they said, mate, that sounds amazing. We'll do it for free. Like if you can, you know, give us some exposure on social media and that sort of thing, like we're more than happy to come and just do it for you. So yeah, absolutely did not expect that. So to come from that initial quote, which made me go, crap, I need a sponsor. You know, this project has still cost me quite a bit of time and money. And so yeah, to add that on top, to have Grass Up's support, and to the head honcho there, Adam, who's a fantastic bloke as well. Spoke to him a couple of times and he's a great guy. So I really, really appreciate them. They do all sorts of lawn renovations. They do cricket wickets. They do maintenance of sports fields and obviously line marking and all that sort of thing. So check out Grass Up and massively appreciate their involvement in this project. One final thing for you about how these goalposts were made. So what I've got here is, oh, bugger. It's a very snug fit in there. So all I've got here is I believe it's a 600mm star picket, and I've put this timber on here, which I've stripped down to I think about 75mm using 90mm PVC. So I've just screwed that into there, and then these little ones, so that's basically just for consistency of height. I found that around about, I think it's about 150mm was plenty for me, and I do have quite soft soil at the moment, but that's plenty. And then that just easily, maybe not that easily, but that just slides over the top there, and that's a pretty sturdy goals to make for your kids if you're interested. But yeah, not much else left to say. I have recorded a ton of content. There will be heaps of videos coming, including a video about how I made the goalposts a little bit more in depth. If there are any questions you've got about this project, maybe I'll make a follow-up video about this project specifically, you know, once it's live. But overall, especially to Ryobi as being the major sponsor, to really help this project progress, because yeah, it's been a lot that's gone into it. So to have that, as well as then Grass Up once I eventually got onto them, and for them for coming to do that line marking, very much appreciate it. Thank you for all the support and all that kind of thing. Share this video with someone who might think it's cool. Even though this video is going live after the prelim finals have been played, I don't know who's playing yet because I need some editing time, but good luck to whoever those teams are. Enjoy the grand final next weekend. And if you have enjoyed this video, I upload every single Sunday at 7 AM. So yeah, hit subscribe. There's plenty more to come. We're just coming into the growing season for this year, and it's going to be a really, really exciting one. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.